Hello.
Hello.
Ah,
Do you get the news from Israel in the apps?
and I didn't hear anything.
No. They showed a video
Oh,
of tunnels that the rebels in Syria discovered near Aleppo, built by the Kurds.
oh my!
They're
Wow.
like 3 or 4 times larger the network than in Gaza,
What?
and it's a luxury. One of them arrives in a giant room with marble columns, marble floors.
In a tunnel.
Now the Kurds are against Assad,
Right. Because
but
Assad,
they're also against the rebels.
the Kurds are different ethnic groups, so nobody likes them.
Are they Muslims?
They are, but it's like a different. They're not Shiite or Sunni. They're a different type. That's
Hmm.
why that nobody likes them.
No, and they're afraid now because there's going to be a massacre between the army and the rebels, and they're in the middle there.
Oh, they are Sunni Muslims, but they're also most of them are Sunni. But I think that
Like the Saudis.
like the Saudis, but the Syrian, what are the Syrian Muslims? Nobody gets along.
That's good. But this video is fantastic. I mean, they're real, and the town walls are painted in white, and there's no smoke any, and the lights.
Wow.
So they must have been there for a long time building.
Yeah, it must
And
sound like that.
there's one main, like a main tunnel, and it goes left and right to different tunnels.
Oh, yeah, it says here. Yeah, they've been around for many, many years, those tunnels.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, even 2019, they found a whole bunch of tunnels.
Hmm.
Crazy. I never been thinking about it.
That gives to show you that they're all rats. They like to live on they don't like to live on the ground.
That's a good description. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Ernie.
Hi.
Well, this is almost as long as yesterday's blood, even shorter. $162, right?
Kuf Samech Beis. Amar Rav Amram, Lefi Shein Lemeidim Meshita Achrona. We said that anything that's written in the last line of the star has no halachic significance. The Eidim cannot write their signature too close to the text. We leave space between the text and their signature. Because there's room there, somebody could add a clause in the star in that space. So therefore, the rule is, the Chacham made that you can repeat something that's been mentioned in the star in the last thing, but nothing new, because nothing will be authoritative the last line of the star. And there's no loss, because if somebody in that space between the text of the star and where the Eidim sign, somebody put something in there, we don't learn from that line. How do you know this? If the Eidim left two blank lines between the text and their signature, it's puzzle. Shita achas kosher. If they leave one black line, it's okay. Why do we say if they leave two, it's puzzle? Because Dilma Mizayas, maybe Mizayah for Kosa. Maybe somebody will write something within those two shuros. So we don't want to leave space because it'll invite forgery. So the Gemara says, what do you mean? You just said, but if you leave one line, it's okay. Somebody could fill in that line with something new and inappropriate, but it doesn't make a difference if they did that line, because that line would be the last line in the shtar, and we just learned that what the last line we don't learn anything new from. And Allah so there's no worry about counterfeiting in that line. Shmamino. Iboilu, Shito Mechzamai. What about a line and a half? If you left that space, does that invalidate your start? Toshma, Hirchikas Edim Shnei Shitim Puzzle. Well, if it says if you left two, it's puzzle, anything less would be okay. Ashito Mechza kosher. But Ema Seifa, Shita Achas kosher. If you left one line, it's okay. Shita Achasu de kosher, Hashito Mechza puzzle. From that, you cannot deduce either way. So my Haviyallah, what's the halacha? Toshma de Tanya. If the Eidim left space of two lines between the text and their signature, puzzle, it's invalid. Pachos mikan kosher, but if it's less, it's kosher. So that's our answer. Let's say there are 4 or 5 Eidim that have signed a start. One of them is a relative, or one of them is an invalid aid. Tiskayim Eidus Bashar. As long as you have 2 kosher Eidim, that's enough. It doesn't, the fact that there's one puzzle aid mitzaref with the 4 or 5 doesn't invalidate the whole shtar. Mesaila lechizkia, this supports chizkia, damer chizkia, that we said that if you have 2 blank lines between the text and the signatures, it's puzzle. So let's say milu b'krovim. Let's say you filled up that space with the names of relatives. Now, they cannot be authoritative Eidim, but they fill up the space, kosher. And listen to this. You have schach on a sukkah, and some of it doesn't have schach. Well, if there's 3 tfachim that doesn't have schach, that's puzzle. On the other hand, if you had some kind of material that was puzzle is schach, puzzle is barbat tfachim. You need a greater area, so that shows you something that is puzzle is less invalid than absence of something, right? The absence of kosher schach is already invalid with 3, but you can have 3.5 tfachim of puzzle dik schach and it'd still be good. So the absence is worse than anything. Okay. Small blot today.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow 7?
Tomorrow at 7.
Very good.